It's undeniable proof of Chinese involvement and Chinese presence in Pakistan to keep an eye on India. If a top Indian Army general is to be believed, the armed forces have proof of the presence of Chinese troops along the line of control between India and Pakistan.
It poses military challenges to India not only along the Sino-Indian border but also along the line of control. And we hear many people today who are concerned about the fact that if there was to be hostilities between us and Pakistan, what would be the complicity of the Chinese? Not only because they are in the other neighborhood, but the fact that they are actually stationed and present on the line of control. The Chinese presence in Gilgit-Baltistan or the northern areas is increasing steadily. China is involved in construction and upgradation of numerous roads, bridges, hydropower projects, etc. The Chinese link with Pakistan through the POK lends strength to the China-Pak Nexus, which has been of great security concern for us. First of all, it jeopardizes our regional and strategic interests in the long run. It facilitates speedy and enhanced deployment of Pakistan armed forces to complement China's military operations and thus outflank India. And finally, as a part of its string of pearls policy, the Chinese footprints are too close for comfort.
Now, GOC Northern Command, the person just on your screens, basically warning about a Chinese threat. He went on to say that Chinese troops were stationed all along the LOC, where one would ordinarily imagine Pakistani troops to be present. But Chinese troops, he said, have been spotted by Indian soldiers along with Pakistani soldiers. Let's go across now to Maruf Raza, strategic affairs expert, joining us to provide a perspective on this very big story we're following here. Maruf, thanks very much for joining us. Tell us how this entire development affects India, if we ever see any hostility from Pakistan.
Pakistan has always tried to leverage its relationship with China vis-a-vis India, and the only occasion where China actually was physically hostile against India was in 1962. In 1965, there was the Chinese threat, but in the 71 war with Pakistan, there was no physical Chinese movement of substantial nature, although India continued to remain alert to the Chinese threat. So Pakistan continues to hope in the event of a conflict or hostility, China would come to its aid. But if Kargil is an example of the kind of events that will follow between India and Pakistan, then China does not want to get physically involved with India. But having said that, the Chinese threat remains large all along the Sino-Indian border from Arunachal to J&K.
All right, Maruf, thanks very much for that update. In fact, a perspective there from Maruf as a strategic affairs expert.